And as you can see, there is more passion in the sea than there is in green. Ass. Ass, ass, ass. Morning and shut up. It's far too early. It's far too early and you wonder why. It's the first away day of the season. But yeah, yo, how's it going guys? And welcome back to what is a brand new video on the channel. You join me for what's going to be round 2 and episode 2 of 46 for Plymouth Argyle's 2026-27 season. It's too early because I know I'm going to be sleeping during the travel for some of it. And I don't want to do the intro when I'm up there. I just want to get straight on to the predicted lineups, everyone else's thoughts on the game, etc, etc. So while another video is uploading back home, I am getting this intro done. So that is that. It'll be my Premier League predictions video, by the way, so please go and give that a watch when you have the chance to do so, and while I am currently recording this video for this away day. Anyways, for the first time since the 2nd of May, we are back with away days. It is Wycombe Wanderers away, Wycombe away, the Chairboys, Buckinghamshire, High Wycombe, Central England on the M40 between Oxford and London. Wycombe away. This is my second visit to Wycombe. I didn't go at all during last season. I missed the FA Cup game because I was with family, and I missed the league game because I was saving money for Christmas. I couldn't go to the game on that Tuesday night, unfortunately. So this season, first away game of the season, we are returning to Adams Park for the first time since 2022-23. I've been to Wycombe before, Wycombe once, and that was 22-23 when Argyle won 1-0, and it was thanks to a Sam Cosgrove penalty. And not just that, it was a game Wycombe absolutely battered us in, shooting-wise and attacking-wise from start to finish. But Michael Cooper, what a legend, what a man. The reason why we won that game was Michael Cooper, an absolute Argyle legend, and he vitally took us to 3 points that day in Buckinghamshire. So it actually sounds odd that we're starting the season. We usually start the season away in the northwest or in Yorkshire or in the Midlands. We are finally starting the season with an away day in the south, in central England, in Buckinghamshire, by the Thames Valley, on the M40, between Oxfordshire and London. High Wycombe, Wycombe Wanderers, the Chairboys. I can promise you all, I despise this away day. I absolutely despise this away day. The walk is miles away. The ground is miles away from civilization. It is literally nothing but trees. The away end's honking. Prices for food is really expensive, but knowing me, I will probably get something there, because the last time I went there, they did bratwurst for 12 quid. And if that is there again today, am I going to buy it? Knowing Jackie Boy, yes, I probably will. But still, their prices are rip-offs at that football club. The home end's shocking. There's no atmosphere from that ground whatsoever apart from the away end, so that'll be us today. It is honestly, it's one of the worst away days in the EFL. It is absolutely tin pot. Honestly, I guess you're not surprised I missed both games last season alongside my reasons anyway as well. But I haven't been since 2022, so I thought I'd return to it this season. And it's the first away day of our season, so I thought I'd get it over and done with. So I will be there later on today as I'm recording this intro for kicking off Argyle's away days of the season. And luckily I'm not getting a train there today because, like I said, getting to the ground from the train station is like walking from Mars to Jupiter. That is that pretty much. Yeah, it's like Oxford on that perspective. It's just that's what it is. That's what Wycombe away is. It's a horrible ground. It's a horrible stadium. Horrible away day. No disrespect to Wycombe fans on this, by the way, but it is one of the worst away days in the country. It's not the worst because that prize goes to Scunthorpe, but it is up there. It is bloody well up there. But we're going back to it because we're supporting the boys at the end of the day, and I'm really looking forward to that as a result of that as well. It'll be good to be back with the boys for the first time away on the road since final day of last season when I ticked off Northampton on Liam's birthday. So there we are. But no, it's a huge game coming up because obviously we're coming into this game on the back of that disastrous opening day 3-1 home defeat to Stockport, which, like I said last week, fair to say, they absolutely outclassed us from start to finish, fully deserved the win, which means Argyle, we have got a lot of waking up to do for today's away day. How we're going to do yet, I'm not sure, but we've got a lot of responding to do if we want to get back to winning ways immediately and get our first win of the season. Wycombe are coming into this game on the back of drawing 1-1, getting a point on the road at Blackpool for their opening day, which we're playing them in September, and that's the contrast of away days. That's one of my favourite away days, meanwhile, Blackpool away. But anyways, yeah, Wycombe might be feeling quite confident, to be honest, after getting a point at Bloomfield Road. They did take the lead, but they did bottle the lead. But it's the sort of point you wouldn't mind getting going into games like this, especially. And also, our two clubs really don't like each other because, obviously, Gareth Ainsworth and Derek Adams couldn't stand each other when we were in League Two together. Wycombe knocked us out of the 2015 playoffs in the semi-finals. And Wycombe lost that playoff final to Southend, and the rivalry just stemmed from there. These two clubs really don't like each other at all. I don't like Wycombe one bit as a result of that as well. And we've had some nasty clashes in League One over the years, including the anti-football that Gareth Ainsworth played. We never beat them either. Over the years, we never beat them until 22-23. The 22-23 season, we did the double over them. And how we did the double over them, I'll never know. It was so special. And then last season, the away game, we don't talk about the FA Cup game because that was a disaster. We lost 2-0 and we were in the bottom of the bottoms, at the bottom of League One. And they knocked us out of the FA Cup as a result of that. But in the league, we got a famous 1-0 away win last time we went to Wycombe, thanks to Owen Aseni on a Tuesday night. And that was a brilliant performance from us. And it was also the game that started our revival from last season, was that away day at Wycombe. So thank you, Owen Aseni, for that. In the home game, meanwhile, the last time we played them, I have to be honest, we were so fortunate to get a draw. It was a 1-1 draw in a game, honestly, Wycombe should have won easily. We were that bad, we were that poor. The night around Home Park was toxic. Ballymumba played shocking that night. He got subbed off at half time, if I remember, in that game. I'm not sure, or at least I wanted him subbed off at half time during that game. But we were shocking. And on top of that, we got an equaliser, which admittedly, I never thought was over the line. Bib Pepple got a last-minute equaliser, which was incredible. But honestly, I thought it was never over the line. I thought we were so lucky to have that goal counted, because it never crossed the line for me, in my opinion. And hate to say it, but I'm just speaking the truth here. I genuinely thought Wycombe were robbed that night. I genuinely thought the Chairboys were absolutely robbed that night at home park. They deserved 3 points that night completely, and I never thought I'd say this. That's one of the only times I've ever felt bad for them on that perspective. But who cares? Bugger them, bugger Wycombe. Either way, I'm still going to celebrate a goal, even if it doesn't cross the line. So there we are. But no, I'm only saying all this because obviously I know the opposite end of it when Argyle get robbed. But anyways, regardless, yeah, that's the last time we played Wycombe, was that horrendous home game when we drew 1-1. But we took 4 points off Wycombe last season, which isn't usually like Argyle, because over the years this club has been a bit of a bogey club for us. So will it go back to that this season? I'm not sure. Or will we continue the form we showed against Wycombe last season? I don't know. I do think things are going to be a bit different this time, because firstly, it's our first away game of the season, and Wycombe's first home game of the season is against a club they really don't like. So I reckon they might be up for today. So I bloody hope I'm wrong on that perspective. We're coming into this game on the back of that disastrous defeat against Stockport for opening day. It's now down on us, fans and players, to have that away from our minds now and going to today with full of confidence. Callum Fowler's got us to lose 2-0 today. So, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we did. But at the same time, Wycombe are coming into this not winning a game so far either. So, and because it's round 2, it's still really early days. Anything can happen. I just really hope the boys, really hope the boys put in a shift today after last week's disaster, because Stockport outclassed us pound to pound. They were the better team from start to finish, and they fully deserved their win last week. So yeah, it's now all down on us on what we can do. But I can see why Callum Fowler's not confident on us today, because like he said, firstly, Wycombe's a horrible ground to go to try and get a result, and as an away day as a whole. Wycombe got a point last week at Blackpool. Callum Fowler's saying that he's reminding Argyle right now of Barnsley, where we're saying the players were trying to get in the transfer window, and then the board don't listen as a result of that. But there's still 9-10 days left till deadline day. We just need to make sure we bring in some new recruitments before deadline day, because after Stockport, like I said, coming into today as well, we need a winger and we need a striker. And that is the other main news coming into today. Brendan Weirdo is no longer with us. He has gone to join Salford in League 2 to get more game time. I have to say, I'm gutted he's gone, but honestly, I can't blame him one bit at the same time, because he wasn't getting in our team over Harvey White or Malachi Boateng, and honestly, I wish him all the best. I really hope he thrives at Salford. So there you are. Thank you for the memories from last season, Brendan. I really hope you do well at Salford this season. All the best, mate. All the best. Thank you for everything. Brendan Weirdo's gone to Salford. Wycombe are linked with signing Jaden Wareham from Exeter. Only a week after we were linked with Jaden Wareham, which I'm not sure we're going to get Jaden Wareham now anyways, after, well, the atmosphere of the Devon derby last week. Wycombe have now emerged as the front runners to sign him as their new striker. So what happens there, I don't know now. We will see. But I now wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if he joins Wycombe. So we'll see what happens on that as well. But the players I'm nervous for today for Wycombe are Corley Woodrow and Fred Onyedimna. I remember him from last season too. The predicted lineup, though, I will do later on when I get into Wycombe, and I'll probably have Liam join me by then as well anyways. So we will go straight into my score prediction for today. I have to admit, I don't think we're winning today. And the reason I say that is because I reckon if we don't win today, whether we draw or lose, I reckon it's going to be another reminder to the board that we need to get more recruitments in before deadline day, because we cannot, and I say this now, we cannot this season try and get promoted to the Championship with the current squad we got. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all after Talai's departure and now Weirdo's gone. Now that Weirdo's gone, I want Hallett to hopefully spend that money on 2 or 3 new recruitments before deadline day. Don't use it on something else, or I won't be happy at all. I don't think any of the fans will be happy either. But that's where I wouldn't be surprised if we don't win today. And then we as a whole club are kicked in the ass to turn up next week against Bradford at home, which, if we do, it would be a statement win. And then we got Leicester away after that. This season, start of the season, does not get any more difficult, does it? Stockport, Wycombe, Bradford, Leicester. It's just, it's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. But no, honestly, I'm not confident. I'm not confident. I don't think we'll lose. I'll say this now. I do not think we will lose. But I won't be surprised if we don't win today and we are then given a massive reality check and bring new recruitments in before these 2 massive games against Bradford and Leicester. So I'm going to go with a draw, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw and it's our first point of the season. I'm going to go 0-0. Would I take a point today at Wycombe? Would I take a point today at Adams Park? Depends on how we play, in my opinion. If we outclass them and are winning most of the game and we bottle it and they get a point, no, I will be absolutely fuming, obviously, if we draw that game. But if we draw in terms of Wycombe are massively ahead of us and then we claw it back to draw, then yes, I would take a point. If it's a 0-0, maybe, but I'll only mainly take a draw today if we actually put in a statement performance next week at home against Bradford, because that is a massive game. And as of now, Bradford and Sheffield Wednesday are the only 2 teams that have played 2 games so far. And Bradford got a massive win at Hillsborough. I'll talk about that in a minute, actually. But Bradford got a massive win at Hillsborough, 1-0, in a game Wednesday dominated the first half. So, no, fair play to Bradford on that one. My score prediction today is 0-0 for Wycombe Argyle. Really hope I'm wrong. I really hope we nick it 1-0 or just get an away win as a whole, obviously, to kick off our season. But I'm not confident. I'm not confident at all. Not a lose nervousness, but I don't think we'll win. So I need the boys to prove me wrong. So like I said, the only way I'll take a draw today is if, depending on how we play, quite simply put. I think it'll be 0-0. That's my goal. That's my score prediction today, 0-0. And my goal scorer, if I had to choose, I'm not going to back a Wycombe player. That's not happening. Well, Xavier Amici scored our only goal against Stockport. I'm going to go Ronan Curtis if I had to choose a player to score. I just think this is the sort of game he'd turn up in an away day no one wants to do, like Wycombe away. And I just feel like Ronan Curtis is that sort of person that can get us over the line in a game like this. So I'll go with him if I had to choose to score. But my predicted lineup I will do when I'm at Wycombe. Before we end the intro, though, I am going to give you my score predictions for the rest of League One, as I did last week as well. Firstly, we will go into Sheffield Wednesday Bradford, as they've already played. I backed a 2-2 draw. I'm not going to lie. I backed a 2-2 draw. I thought it'd be a really tight game, to be honest, but Bradford fully deserves that win. What's the game back? Wednesday dominated them in the first half. So, yes, it sounds like Bradford didn't deserve to win it, but honestly, second half, Bradford showed why I reckon they're going to be up there this season, and they're now getting the results they so really need to grind if they want to get promoted. And that is a massive win for them in itself. A massive win for Bradford away at Hillsborough. And Sheffield Wednesday are one of the favourites this season, so that's what I mean. It's a massive win for Bradford. Well done to the Bantams. The other games, Doncaster-Barnsley, a South Yorkshire derby at the Keepmoat. Donny lost to Mansfield, Barnsley lost at home to Bromley. So both of these clubs will be going into this game looking for their first win of the season. And I'm going to back Donny because at least they scored a goal at Mansfield, and I don't rate Barnsley at all this season. I'm going to say Donny win it 2-0 today against Barnsley. 2-0 Donny. Luton Notts County at Kenilworth Road. Notts County's first away day of the season is at Kenilworth Road. Notts County gave it everything at home on opening day against Leicester. I thought it was a very good point, and it was against a fellow East Midlands club as well. Luton beat Reading 4-3 in an absolute thriller at the Madejski. And honestly, in my opinion, Luton are the best team in the league, and I think they'll continue that into today. Notts County will be better at home than away, in my opinion, as well, now that they've been promoted. Luton comfortably win today, in my opinion, 3-0. Wimbledon Reading. I know Reading at times weren't exactly always brilliant away on the road, but Wimbledon I thought looked really poor at Huddersfield last week. So honestly, and considering Reading scored 3 goals last week, I think this is the sort of away day Reading will be up for, in my opinion, to get their first win of the season. I'm going to say 2-1 Reading. I do think Wimbledon will give them a game, though, for their first game at home, but 2-1 Reading. Bromley-Cambridge. Bromley's first home game in League One, and it's against a club who they got promoted with. Cambridge obviously are coming into this on the back of winning their first home game and game of the season against Wigan. I have to say, though, if Bromley want to stay up, this is the sort of games they need to win, in my opinion. And you know what? I actually was really impressed by them against Barnsley last week. But I won't say Cambridge will give it easy for Bromley, though. I'm going to say a very tight 1-0 to Bromley. And Bromley start the season with 2 wins in a row. Leicester Burton. Leicester's first home game in League One this season. I have to say, I think this will be an absolute mauling, in my opinion, to start the Fox this season. I don't rate Burton. They're coming into this on the back of that 1-1 draw against Stevenage. I think Leicester will be too strong for them. I am going a 4-0 Leicester win today. MK Dons Huddersfield. Now, this is a difficult game. This is a really difficult game, in my opinion. MK Dons are coming into this on that 2-2 draw at Oxford. They were winning it, and then they bottled it. Huddersfield comfortably beat Wimbledon at home last week. But these are 2 clubs that I think will be up there this season. That is a toughie, in my opinion. I can see Huddersfield getting a point, but that is such a toughie. I think this will be a goal thriller. I'm going to go 2-2 between MK and Huddersfield. Peterborough Mansfield. Mansfield are coming into this beating Donny. Peterborough, I thought, looked shocking at Bradford in round 1. And they went down to 10 men alongside that as well. And I think Mansfield will get an away win on the road here. I think they'll be too strong for Posh. I really think Posh looked poor. I'm going to say 2-0 away win for Mansfield. Stevenage Oxford. Stevenage drew at Burton. Oxford drew against MK Dons. I think this will be a tight game of football. And on that note, because Stevenage love 1-0 wins, this I think will go against them meanwhile. And I'm going to back Oxford to get a 2-1 win today. It's weird because I've got both of them right next to each other in my predictions in the table. But I think Oxford will edge it only just to kick off their season. 2-1 Oxford. Stockport Blackpool. Stockport was superb against us, of course. Blackpool got a point against Wycombe at home. I think Stockport will be too strong for them today. I reckon 2-0 Stockport. Then that leaves us with Wigan versus Leyton Orient. Both coming into this in defeat. Wigan scored 2 goals at Cambridge. Leyton Orient gave Sheffield Wednesday a hell of a game at Brisbane Road on opening day, with Jace Cabia providing an assist for Orient's goal. But mistakes from Orient at the back gave Wednesday the victory. This could be a really tight game, but I fancy Orient today, to be honest, to kick off their season. And I do think they're a better team than Wigan. This will be a thriller, in my opinion. I'm going to go Wigan 2, Leyton Orient 3. And then, yeah, we're back with us at Wycombe, which I've gone with 0-0. I'm really not confident in today. Apart from that, I'm not backing us to lose. So that's that. We will see what happens either way, though. I've predicted Wycombe to come 12th this season. So I'm expecting them to come mid-table. Only 1 place drop-off from last season as they finished 11th. So this won't be an easy test, obviously. especially since the two clubs don't like each other. Michael Duff knows how to beat us as well. He's done it in the Championship with Swansea. He's done it in League One before with Barnsley. So whatever he comes up with today, and it does get them the job over us, I won't be surprised one bit. But we will see what happens on that regard as well. But yeah, we'll find out. We will find out and go from there. Anyways, I'm going to leave the intro and preview there, and we're going to head on the road shortly to get to Buckinghamshire for a massive day where Argyle need to turn up. We need to turn our heads around after last week and get our season underway today at a club we don't get on with, and at a club that used to be a bogey ground for us. Let's repeat what we did last season and get another Owen Aseni winner. We'll find out. Up the Janus, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army! Gonna head back briefly to lie down for a bit, and then we are off on the road to the M40. It's Wycombe away for Plymouth Argyle. Come on, you Greens. Away days are back. Right, we've touched down in Wycombe. My second visit here. No, it's not my favourite away day at all. However, I will give Wycombe, to be fair, some points because I've just had an £8 bratwurst with onions. It used to be £12 when I was here in 2022. They have cut it down, so...
And so they should.
Yeah. Liam's with us, by the way. I'll give them a win for that. Probably the only win I'm giving them for the away day today is that. Hopefully the other win now is just simply an Argyle away win. So there we are. In the meantime, Harvey's already put on his Instagram his score predictions 1-1 and Will Evans to score. I've gone with 0-0. Obviously, hopefully I'm wrong. And my goal scorer was Ronan Curtis. So yeah, now I'll just go on to the predicted lineups, I reckon, for Argyle today. I've already said earlier in the intro, in the preview, on who I to look out for Wycombe today. I've already said that they're linked to signing Jaden Wareham from Scum. Nothing confirmed yet, but there is a rumour. But anyone today, definitely Corley Woodrow, in my opinion. And maybe Luke Leahy, I forgot to mention him as well. But we'll see. My predicted lineup today, though, I am going to go, because we're still depleted in injuries as well. And that's the other thing I'm worried about, where Wycombe might take advantage of us as a result of that as well. But who knows? As long as we can repeat what we did last season here on that Tuesday night in December, that's the main thing. The sad thing about that, though, is sadly, Aseni's not here today because he's injured. Anyways, my predicted lineup today is... I'm used to saying Hazard in goal. He's playing for Wycombe today, and that's the other one to look out for. I forgot to mention him all day today. And he is going to be well up for a game like this. So hopefully he does not have a good game at all today, if it means an Argyle win, absolutely. Anyways, predicted lineup, sorry. Murphy Cooper in goal. Joe Edwards, Wes Harding, Matthias Ross, Alex Mitchell, Harvey White, Malachi Boateng, Ronan Curtis. I'm going to say Amici purely because of his goal against Stockport last week. So I think that will give him some confidence. And then that leaves us with Will Evans and Bim Peppel to complete the team, basically. Obviously, like I said, Weirdoo's been sold to Salford. And therefore, like I've said already, I'm now hoping Argyle use that Weirdoo money to get 2 or 3 new signings in, quite simply put. So there we are, because we do need depth, and that Stockport game, like I said, is proof that we need a new winger and another striker. So there we are. Anyways, enough about me. Liam's first video of the season. Wycombe away, not the ideal place to start off the season, but how are you feeling?
Not really. Well, I've gone for a win, but I'm not really that confident.
Oh, go on. What's the score prediction?
2-1 win.
Okay, and who's the score?
I'll go Bim, and I'll go. I don't know for it. I'll go Peloton.
I'll say if you do go with Bim, then me, you, and Harvey have literally gone for 3 different scorers, so that means anything could happen. So that's that. Anyone for Wycombe you're nervous for if you had to pick?
Same two that you picked, really.
And Hazard as well in a way.
No.
Oh, fair. He's confident about Conor Hazard then.
Yep.
Potentially having a stinker.
He's had many stinkers for us, so
hopefully he can have one today instead.
Exactly.
So, hoping the curse of us gets transferred to them with him in goal.
100%.
So that's that. But yeah, no, obviously. So now, if we do win, I now entirely thank you. He's the reason why we win today. If we do win, me and Harvey have both gone for draws. So now I'm hoping Liam's right. But why have you gone with a 2-1 win anyways? I mean, Wycombe are coming into this as well. They didn't win last week anyways. They got a draw at Blackpool, which they were winning and bottled it. So both of these sides are really going for their first win of the season. But obviously, we need a wake-up call after last week. But no, why do you reckon a 2-1 win anyways?
I just think we need it more than them because...
Oh, okay.
Keep our away form going strong like we did last season. That'll be another positive to keep that going this season.
Yeah.
I just think last week's display was absolutely dreadful.
Oh, it's disastrous.
I mean, call me what you want, but I left at 3-0.
No, fair enough.
And I'm well in my rights to do so because
that was it. You just had enough.
Yeah,
that was that.
And
I mean, I can't because I've got a video to make,
obviously,
and also I'm that sort of person to stay for the end anyways. But yeah, unless an emergency happens, but yeah, carry on.
Obviously, we scored, but it was just absolutely dire. We shouldn't... I know Stockport played us at the park, fair enough.
We scored, but it meant nothing at the end,
meant nothing,
so that was that. It was just a consolidation goal.
It was one of those games where every Argyle fan expected to win, not because they got a new manager. Is there a new manager?
Yeah, Stockport's got a new manager, McNulty from Rochdale.
New managers and new players, but we was at home first game. We expect to...
And Stockport's not got a very good record at home park either, so we were the favourites in that game, and we absolutely fluffed our chance of being the favourites quite like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need to bounce back, and I just think the win will be more important for us.
Yeah, so like what you're saying is like after last week's horror show, you reckon today is the day that's put aside and we finally kick off our season?
Yeah, we need to, because
yeah.
A draw would be okay, but it's just,
I think it just depends on how we play.
Yeah, if we're 1-0 down and we draw, fair enough, but
not if we're winning and then bottle it, like what West Ham did against Burnley.
I know waypoints are solid, but after you
just want a reaction after last week's nightmare.
If you lose your first game of the season, you always want a reaction.
Oh, quite simply put.
100%.
We did the same thing. We did the same thing in the 21-22 season when we lost to Rotherham on opening day. We then beat Gillingham at home the following week straight away, and we immediately climbed the table. That's what we need, something like that. And that Rotherham game was proof that, well, they went up at the end. They finished second, so it helped to that as well. So that's what I'm sort of hoping with this. Obviously, I hope we go up, obviously, because it's Argyle. But if Stockport do go up and get top 2, and that game on opening day is a reason, a contributing factor to why they get top 2 in May, we'll look back at round 1 going, maybe they just really were that good this season, or something like that. So now it just depends on what we do from here.
And if we was away first game of the season, I would have accepted losing the game. But when you're at home, it's not good enough.
Oh no, honestly, and considering we were much better away from home last season than home, you want to step up the home form, especially.
Exactly.
And that's the worst way to start the home form.
And if that continues again this season, then we simply won't deserve playoffs.
We'll look into this season just going, we're doing again for a second season in a row the opposite of what we usually do, better away than at home.
Exactly, and it shouldn't be that way.
I mean, the only way I'll only take it that way is if, let's say, we're first in away form and then we're second or third in home form or fourth in home form and it gets us promoted.
Absolutely.
That's the only way we can look at it, really.
Yeah.
We can't have first in away form, great, but then we're like 12th in home form. Because that's not going to get us promoted, is it?
Ain't going to get us anywhere.
Exactly. So there we are. So no, I see what you mean. But yeah, no. Would you take a draw? I said this in my mind today. Would you take a draw today if it means we get a reaction next week? We put out a statement win over the league leaders, Bradford. Well, current league leaders as of now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Think, that wouldn't be too bad. And just as long as we don't go back-to-back defeats, we haven't done that in a very long time. So
yeah,
see how it goes.
What we can't afford today, as well as the next 2 games against Bradford and Leicester, and to a certain extent round 5 at Doncaster as well, we cannot afford to do what we did last season, and that is 0 wins in 4 games. And we'll just look at this season so far going, we've learnt nothing from last season.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, like I said, like we've both said in this preview, it is all down on us now to do the job today.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously Wycombe today, Bradford next week, which is a must win.
And then Leicester away, as tough as you could get.
100% Leicester away, I think we'll lose anyway.
Okay.
Donny, obviously we won't be at Donny, we'll be at somewhere different.
We will be, yeah. I'll reveal that when we on that weekend. But yeah.
Are you doing a video for that? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Happy days.
Of course I will. It's a new ground.
But yeah, Donny wise, I think if we can get 7 from our next 3, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think if we can get 9 out of 12. Sorry, now how many is it today? Sorry, 4.
Well, 5 games is 5 out of 5 is 15 points. We've already had one of those games with nothing, so the highest we can get is 12 in the next for the first 5.
I think if we can get 7, that would be okay. I think if we get 3 wins, 1 draw.
I'd say anything less than 7, we will have to look at September, October, November, and the rest of the months going, we can't do this again. We have to kick on now, and that's down on us only.
I can't remember what I looked at. I think one of our easiest months is. I want to say October, I think.
Well, when we have like Stevenage away, Cambridge away, Leyton Orient away. I mean, Leyton Orient away won't be easy, and Cambridge away we have a terrible record at. So, it's League One. Anything could be thrown into this league. It's so annoying. It sums up the third tier in a nutshell.
Just looking at our November here.
November's Wednesday away, Wigan away. Who have we got at home in November?
Peterborough.
Oh, Peterborough home, and that's a must-win.
I mean, there we are. Wednesday's getting moved, so it doesn't matter.
That's true, but like you look at, I mean, that's a ground we have a terrible record at recently. So that's a ground I would take a point at. Meanwhile,
December looks okay.
Bromley at home, Notts County away. Ooh, I think they'll be good at home this season,
100%.
Notts County,
Yeah,
without them being promoted. Mansfield at home, depends on which Mansfield turns up at Home Park after last season's well.
Oxford away, MK, then it's...
Oxford away and MK. Like it's 50-50, I'd say, December.
Yeah, but... I mean, it's still early days, there's still months...
Only been 1 game, so yeah.
And it's still months in the season where we look at our fixtures and go, well, we can get points there. There is winnable months.
Our Bolton friends did give us a reminder the other day that they lost on their opening day last season, and they got promoted. Then they bloody beat us the second game. Now it's down on us to do that on Wycombe today.
100%.
But the players know they need a reaction today, regardless. They know it, and
Cleverly knows it's 1,500 that's coming out. So
exactly. So he knows it as well. If we don't do anything today, then there is going to be a clear message to the board on what the club needs to do between now and deadline day. Clear as day.
2 signings, simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. And I've said that since the Stockmore video. We all have. We all have.
And we cannot do 3 seasons in a row in this league. It's not good enough.
No, we can't. It can possibly happen. I mean, look at Huddersfield. Bolton's done it before. Pompey's done it before. But obviously, if we want to progress as a club, we don't want to be in that position, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did. So
no, it wouldn't. But just take each game as it comes. If we can get loads of away wins, happy days. How many away wins would you take this season? You had to take a stab in the dark.
We got 12 wins away from home last season. We were second behind Lincoln in the away form table. I would say, especially since we're pushing for promotion, I'd like at least 10.
Yeah,
I'd like at least 10.
I agree.
I mean, we're facing 23 other clubs. Half of 23 and 22 is pretty much 11. So get 10 or 11, I'm happy.
I think
But the only way I'd take less than 10, like a 9, 8, 7 or 6, would be
I'm-
if we're absolutely unreal at home and that's it.
I'm going to say away wins, boys. I'm just taking a guess here.
Okay.
I'm not going to say how many I reckon. I'd say about. I'll go 11.
Fair. And the one thing we do need fixing is our home form because,
Yeah.
well, we finished 14th last season in the home form. And I
Yeah.
think we only won 10 games at home last season. I would like at least 15, 16 at home.
Yeah.
Because Argyle, I mean, I'll probably speak for every club in the country. We always want to make sure home park is our fortress. So
yeah.
that's that really. Even though away wins are so special, but they're always usually on paper the harder ask.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas the home wins, you're in front of your home crowd. If you can go away to games where you're like, oh yeah, this is a tough place to go, and we draw, we lost. But when you lose at home in front of your own fans at home, it's a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
Yeah, if I had to say, like, obviously I said 11 away wins. If I had to say, like, who they'd be, I'm probably going to take guesses. And I'm going to say I think we'll win at Donny.
Okay.
We'll win at Blackpool.
Yeah, hopefully a repeat of last season's 4-0.
I don't think we'll win at Orient.
Okay.
I just think it'll be one of those games where no one Argyle will draw.
I wouldn't be surprised if we drop points at Notts County with their home form. Cambridge as well, because we have a terrible record at the Abbey.
Stevenage, I think we're doing this.
We could do Stevenage this
Yeah,
time.
So I'm going to say 3 for that.
Hopefully repeat Barnsley and Peterborough again from last season, even though before last season our record at Peterborough was shocking.
Cambridge, no, we never beat them. Wednesday, no.
We never win at Hillsborough either.
I think we'll do Wigan again, 5.
Yeah, fair.
Notts County.
Wimbledon,
Yeah.
surely Wimbledon as well.
That's 6, Wimbledon. Notts County's one of them where you're like, maybe.
Bromley, in my opinion, depends on what position they're in the final day and what position we're in on the final day. Because if we've got nothing to play for and they have to stay up, I have a feeling they'll probably beat us.
Yeah, 7 Bromley, I'd say. I don't think we'll beat Reading.
Fair.
Typical.
And they took 4 points off us last season as well, so you never know.
Barnsley 8.
Same with Mansfield, they took 4 points off us last season.
Barnsley 8.
Okay.
We won't
Burton again.
Yeah. Stockport 9. Peterborough 10.
Revenge on Huddersfield or no? Although both times we've been there, we've lost or draw.
And Burton 11.
Okay. So yeah,
I don't-
that's what I mean.
I
Now
don't-
just
I don't
now
know
we just
about
see what
this.
happens. This is where we stupidly drop points in one of those games, which is very Argyle thing to do.
And it'll probably be Peterborough.
But what about MK Dons?
Oh, MK.
I'd say a draw for the moment, but
At a minute. But that's April. We can't really look ahead.
yeah, no, it's very true. No, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens
Yeah.
either way. That's
days.
what we're going to go with. We'll look at the lineups in a minute. In the meantime, we're about to go and watch Hull versus Manchester United. So yeah, see you in a bit. Oh, by the way, please watch my Premier League predictions videos if you haven't already. Anyways, see you in a bit. Right, we're now heading to the grounds. Wycombe's lineup is this, as followed. So, Conor Hazard in goal, Grimmer, Harvey, Scowen, Quiterna, Thomas, Henderson, Mullins, Taylor, Cook, and Onyed Dimna. One of the players I feared for going into today, but we'll see how it goes. No Corley Woodrow, so I'm a bit shell-shocked about that from the chair boys today, so we'll see how they do without him. Corley Woodrow's on the bench, so
Good.
well, Liam says good, but I'm not saying good yet, because what if he comes on and he just scores a goal? But anyways, yeah. So he is available at least today, so just won't be available until, well, the second half. Now the lineup that matters, Argyle's. Murphy Cooper, Mateus Ross, Julio Pleguezuelo. I'm actually surprised Plegue's playing today, but I see why in a way, because Mitchell had a few injury problems before today's game, but I backed him because to start at least, just because I wasn't sure whether Tom would change the lineup in some way or not, even though we were crap. against Stockport last week. But Pleggy's starting, so I'm looking forward to see how he does. And this is literally his chance given. And also, he came on in the last game against Stockport, and I thought he wasn't too shabby, to be fair. Boateng, Harvey White, Will Evans, Amici, Ronan Curtis, Peppel and Harding. So I got 9 out of 11 today. No Edwards, and Mitchell's on the bench. So there we are. I don't mind the lineup, but because of the amount of players we've honestly got injured at the moment, what else can Tom really do? In all fairness, this is the sort of game we'd need an Owen Aseni to start or something, or at least be involved. He scored here last season. Not involved today, sadly, but the man that I've backed to score, Ronan Curtis, even though I said a 0-0, but still, Ronan Curtis at least to score. He is starting today, so that is still on. But a friend of mine and Liam's off camera earlier said he would have started Sorinola, which in a way I get why, because of his minutes against Stockport last week. But at the end of the day, Amici was the only one that scored for us last week, so him being backed by Tom today, I'm not surprised in the slightest, and to be honest, he deserves it. So now it's down on him to see what he's made of. So there we are. Liam, what do you make of the lineup then today?
It's the best what Cleverly can do, like you said, really.
I agree.
Yeah, so we just need a reaction big time, and hopefully get the win.
Hopefully our frowns from upside down will be in smiley faces by 5 p.m.
Hope so. After United's terrible display.
Oh yeah, because obviously United are 2-0 down as a whole, and it's let down Liam on not just the fact that it's his favourite Premier League team for his family, but also, didn't you put them on a bet as well?
No, I
or just on FPL Fantasy, and that's it. That's messed you up.
I haven't done a bet today.
Oh, fair enough.
Don't want to.
Yeah, don't blame you.
At the time I'll lose anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Bloody bets for you. There we are.
Exactly.
Don't gamble. Well, you can if you want, but I don't recommend it. It's up to you and what you do. Anyways.
Mugs game.
Yeah. So that's that. Anyways. Yeah. That's really our thoughts going into today. So we will see you all at full time. Will it be sunshines and daisies of dreamland happiness, or will it be doom and gloom?
Will get me back to July.
Yeah, enjoying the summer and my birthday in June, anyways. And enjoying the World Cup until England's defeat to Argentina, anyways.
Which we do not speak about at all.
Yep. See you all at full time. I'm nervous. Green Army!
I mean, it's all right, like...
Right, and there we are. That is that. I had to go sleep when I was I was so long gone on the way back from Wycombe. Liam can tell you that as well. Minute I got into my friend's car, snooze after snooze after snooze. So I've woken up just so I can, reflect on this game, really. Full time, Wycombe 1, Plymouth 1. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, both pros and cons. I'll start with the cons. The cons being that I didn't like our second half, which we'll go on to in a minute in this outro. I didn't like our second half. I really didn't think we played great in the second half. My other con is this was a game we could have so 100% easily won, but we blew it. And we can't blame anyone on that but ourselves. We absolutely blew it. Missed opportunity, as I should say. Missed opportunity. And also that one of Will Evans' goals was offside. It was down on us then in that second half to double our lead. And we blew that. That's our own fault. The pros, however, the good news, however, is that this was so much better than last week against Stockport. This was a million miles better of a performance than against Stockport, which we can take. Will Evans scored, so I'm buzzing that he's got his first goal for the club. And Argyle's announced after the game that 2 new signings should be in on Monday, or at least this week. So therefore, I just hope we've spent the right money now on the right people. But this is a missed opportunity either way, because we could have won this game and we would be back to winning ways after that disaster against Stockport, and we would instantly be mid-table. It started off really well as well, because Wycombe were nowhere in the first half. We were all over them that first half, genuinely all over them. There were times during the first half where I thought to myself, crap. Wycombe might score here. But their chances were useless. And thankfully, we took advantage of that in the first half. Will Evans scored in the 25th minute. I'm absolutely buzzing for him. It's his first goal for the club. Now, hopefully, that will start his confidence for the rest of our games for the rest of our season and see what he's made of from that moment onwards. Great confidence booster for Evans. And despite his yellow card, I think it's fair to say he had quite a good game, to be honest with you. I'm very happy for him. It could have been 2-0 before half-time, but unfortunately he was offside. I still need to double-check, actually, whether he was offside or not. But what I don't want to hear from people in our fan base is, if that was on and it counted, it would have been a different game. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. Because in the second half, it was our chance to get that second goal and push on from what Will Evans did in the first half. We could have made it 2-0 in the second half, but that's entirely our own fault for completely flopping in the second half and letting the Chairboys right back in the game. And even then as well, Wycombe had a goal in the second half that also didn't count for offside. So we've had decisions go both our way and against our way. So therefore, I can't complain at the refs or the linos during that game as well. I actually thought they had a pretty decent game, to be honest with you. And then, of course, we switched off for Wycombe's first goal, sorry. It felt like a second goal. The game should have been 2-2. If both of those offsides counted, the game would have ended 2-2. So I have no complaints about the result, really. A draw was a fair enough result. I expected a draw, as I predicted 0-0. It was 1-1 at the end. Conor Taylor equalised for Wycombe. So that was that, really. And then, honestly, I was crapping it from that moment onwards because I was genuinely panicking at stoppage time that Wycombe were pushing for a winner. And they were pushing for a winner more so than we were. So I am a bit annoyed with ourselves on that. But we held on to get our first point of the season. Very ironic because last season we didn't get our first draw of the season until round 11 versus Wigan at home. It took us 11 games to get a draw. This season, only 2 games in, and we get our first draw of the season. So now, next week, it's down on us to put in a statement win. And it doesn't get any tougher. It doesn't get any easier, does it? Because it's against top of the league, Bradford, who have won 2 on the trot after beating Sheffield Wednesday. Bradford come down to Home Park next week. I think they've sold out Home Park as well, so fair play to them on that as well. I'll have to double check on that anyways, but Bradford come down to Home Park next week. They're 2 in a row winners at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the favourites for next week, to be honest with you. So it's down on us to put a statement win and do the most Argyle things of ever, where we lose the first game, draw the second game, and then we turn up against the current league leaders. It's such an Argyle thing to do. The start of this season doesn't get any easier with Bradford coming and then Leicester away after that. So yeah, down on us to finally get our first win next week. I can't speak. Next week even. Next season, no thanks, or we would be in League 2. Bradford will, in my opinion, might be favourites for next week. And also, Sarcevic will probably play as well, so we need to keep him quiet as well. So we will see what happens, but yeah, I thought a draw was a fair enough result, to be honest with you. All we need to do now for next week against the league leaders, the Chickens, is we basically take the positives out of yesterday, as I'm recording this on Sunday, and take that into next week. Before that, though, we do have a Carabao Cup game against Coventry, who don't have a good record at Home Park themselves, but we might get a little bit of confidence because they were awful on Friday night away at Arsenal in the Premier League. So, therefore, this is our chance to pound on them, but we will see. And also, considering we've had a slow start to the season, I wouldn't be surprised if we made a difference in the Carabao Cup and do an upset and knock Coventry out. But we will see what happens on that regard. One person that I thought really impressed me for Wycombe yesterday was their left winger, Silko Thomas. I thought he gave Wes Harding a really hard game yesterday. But even then, I didn't think Harding was that bad. I think the only player that I thought was poor yesterday was Peppel. Peppel was probably overshadowed all game by Will Evans' goal, but it doesn't matter because I still trust him to get his confidence back, and I'm sure he will. I just hope Will Evans now continues that form from yesterday into the rest of the season now, and hope it's the first of many goals coming this season for our new number 9. By the way, one more con I have from that game. Boateng went off injured really early, and now and considering he's one of our strongest players, I'm now worried he's going to be out for the season. Not for the season, but like for a bits of this season now. I don't know when he'll return. I think it's looking like it'll be October, but I'm just hoping we don't miss him much. But speediest of recoveries to Malachi. At least Caleb Watts is now back from injury. And also the other good news is that Ibrahim's back. I mean, Ibrahim came on for Malachi when he went off injured. And I have to say, I thought Ibrahim was superb yesterday. I'm so happy he's back. I'm so happy for him as a whole. And I want him to start versus Bradford next week. I was really pleased for him, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Well done, Bradley. I'll go through the players now. Murphy Cooper wasn't too bad. In fact, I thought the whole defence was decent, because even Pleggy came back yesterday, and I didn't think he was too bad either. Along with Harding, Hartridge and Ross. Boateng went off injured. Harvey White was all right. Amici was all right. I didn't think he had the greatest of games. He went off. He got substituted off. Curtis wasn't great. Pepper wasn't great. Evans was good. In fact, I thought all of our midfield and attack, apart from Ibrahim and Will Evans, I thought was really poor yesterday. And I thought the defence made up for it. And the defence especially, one of my other pros actually from that match is that the defence actually really stepped up from that awful game against Stockport. I mean, to be fair, the whole team did as a whole as well. It's now the midfield that needs working, especially that Weirdo's gone to Salford. And the midfield, in my opinion, have now had 2 poor games in a row. And you know what that shows, in my opinion? It shows that once again, we need another winger and we need another striker. And if we do get another player as well, another midfielder. If we get 2 more players, we get 2 more players. And I'm urging the boards to sign 2 more players. Hopefully 3, because we need a midfield as well to show our depth in quality. But it just now depends on what this week Argyle have to announce, because it looks like we are getting 2 new players in. I just hope they're in positions we so need to upgrade. But yeah, best part of the midfield and attack yesterday was Ibrahim and Evans, and I want them both starting for Coventry and Bradford. I wouldn't be surprised if we made some changes for Coventry though, as it is a Carabao Cup game against a Premier League opposition, but I don't want the wrong players, in my opinion, or players that I don't think should start next week versus Bradford to play against Bradford, and they're top of League One as it stands. We need to get a response next week, because since we're languishing in 22nd and we're only on a loss and a draw, if we win next week, we're already back to mid-table, because it's 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. So yeah, it's down on us to do that now. We will see. We will see. I do reckon we're going to go into the Bradford game as underdogs, in my opinion, because they won here last season. I mean, not deservedly. They robbed us of a penalty that's never a penalty. But they won here last season. They're top of the league this season as of now. And they're coming into next week at Home Park full of confidence after their massive win at Hillsborough over the weekend. So yeah, down on us to prove the bookies and favourites and betting companies wrong, because I know Bradford will be the favourites next week. So yeah, we're still 22nd on 1 point. So we have got up and running, but we now just need a win. Wigan's bottom, Wimbledon's 23rd, and Barnsley's 21st. So we're in a relegation zone at the moment with 3 clubs I fully expect down there this season. So therefore, yeah, we've got to get out of it as soon as possible. Especially when a team that I think will be up there, like Bradford, is already on 6 points. Yeah. We've got to bring them back down to earth next week. Next week's going to be a really big game. The rest of the fixtures were as followed for results. Obviously, Bradford beat Sheffield Wednesday 1-0. Doncaster and Barnsley drew 0-0 in the South Yorkshire derby. Notts County got a point 2-2 at Luton. Reading 0-0 at Wimbledon. Bromley Cambridge 1-1. Leicester lost 2-1 to Burton at home. That is a massive win for Burton, and honestly, it just shows there's no mugs in this league. And this just shows that we can climb the table hopefully sooner rather and quicker, because there are teams like Leicester who are dropping points already, teams like Luton who are dropping points already. So, yeah, it's now down on us to do that. MK Dons and Huddersfield drew 1-1. Peterborough beat Mansfield 2-1 at home. Oxford won 2-1 away at Stevenage. Leyton Orient won 2-0 away at Wigan. And the result that annoys me the most after last week, after demolishing us at home park, Stockport didn't turn up at home as they lost 2-1 at home to Blackpool. I have to say though, for rivalries wise, especially that we didn't win, it's not that great, because Pompey beat Lincoln and Exeter beat Accrington Stanley at home, which the scum result, I have to say, is probably expected. I actually had Lincoln to beat Pompey. And Lincoln's goalkeeper, George Wickens, was in my EFL fantasy. So that was a disaster. However, we've got some excellent news, though, from this weekend. Truro, we beat Tonbridge Angels 2-0, thanks to a penalty from Tyler Harvey. And the GOAT got a double. And Truro climbed the table once again. We're still unbeaten so far in the National League South. 2 wins and a draw. It's a very promising start to the season for Truro. I'm buzzing. We're 4th in the league with a game in hand, but we are 5 points behind leaders Dagenham and Redbridge, who have won 4 out of 4. And they had, in my opinion, the top 2 showdown this weekend with Torquay, and they comfortably beat Torquay. Comfortably beating Torquay 2-0. So yeah, that is a massive win for Dagenham and Redbridge, and they are top of the table at the moment. And we're playing Daggers soon at home. So yeah, we'll just go from there and see what Truro does next. Ironically, that is Truro's next game, Dagenham and Redbridge at home. I wish I was there. I wish I was there for it, but sadly I will be at Argyle Bradford next week instead of Truro, Dagenham and Redbridge. Sad for Truro, obviously, I mean, but I'd love to be there, but I won't be there. However, I haven't decided yet, but I might be going to Truro's away day at Dorking Wanderers a few days later, because I've never been to Dorking's grounds and I'd like to tick them off. If I'm not, then I'm going straight to Leicester away for Argyle, but I am thinking about doing Dorking this season for Truro. I'll have a think. Either way though, guys, that is the end of the video. We drew 1-1 at Wycombe, and now we go into next week with 2 home games, hoping to get confidence and the pros out of yesterday's game. Whatever happens against Coventry, I want to knock them out, but if we don't knock them out and we're out of the Carabao Cup, it is what it is. As obviously, I do prioritise League One and leagues in general way more so than the Carabao. But if we beat Bradford next week, oh my days, it will be massive. So let's just see what happens and go from there. We'll see you all next week. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army! See you all next week for 2 home games in a row. Carabao Cup against Coventry and then the league against Bradford. And hopefully Truro will do me proud next week against Dagenham and Redbridge. A massive game in Cornwall next week. And I'm buzzing Truro beat Tonbridge Angels, because I was actually a bit nervous for Tonbridge Angels going into this season, because I had the mid-table and I wasn't sure how they'd do at home. It's a massive away win for Truro. So yeah, looking forward to next week. Hopefully we'll see you all for then. Have a good one, guys. Take care and see ya.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.